It's just a fun crush, a friendly crush, don't fear it. But I will give you love, and I'll sing about that love to anyone who'll listen. I'll take you to my secret place. You and I can go drinking. We could sit up high all night and watch the world revolve. No one can see us there, but we in turn are all knowing. And when we see the winds of change, we'll command them to do our bidding. Nothing left to hide behind. I left a line on the bathroom floor. Look into my eyes and see that I'm a goddess, I'm a goddess, I'm a goddess. Tonight there's something in the air. It could be magic, or maybe it's just pollen. But on nights like these, I'll dance anywhere and I don't care who sees me. I feel like lighting a fire, a grand inferno, just so I can hear it crackle. If it burns too low, I'll stomp out the embers with my cranberry heels. We'll stay out until we're falling down, and you can sleep over at my place. You can have the nicest pillow, and I'll lend you my pajamas. Except we want to do that. Hi, everybody, and welcome to today's stream. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning, Marlis. Sort of a special stream today. I'm going to be singing all the songs from my first album, New Shoes. And I'll be playing them all on my classical, which a few of them were recorded on steel string, actually, which I hardly play anymore. And we need to actually tune our guitar. Tomorrow is your cleaning days all around. I have a cleaning day planned for tomorrow. Thursday is generally the day of cleaning around here. Wednesday is the day of streaming. Oh, thank you, Nancy. I'm pleased to hear that. I like red. I'm very fond of red. I figured I'd wear red today because the album is sort of blue, but my name is in red, and there's these red Adirondack chairs in the distance, and I'm wearing red shoes, so I figured I'd go with red today. And we'll get started off. I'm just going to sing the whole album in order, so I have it here so I remember what that order is. My set list is the CD today. So I'm going to start with the title track. I love starting an album with a title track, as it turns out. I've put out 2 full-length albums, and I've started them both with the title track. It's your favorite color. Oh, like your red guitar. How come I don't have a red guitar? I got a new favorite song. No, that's not even the beginning. I'm thinking about guitars now. My new shoes are not red. The box they came in said cranberry quite clearly. When I walk in them, well, I don't stumble, I don't stumble, I don't stumble. I got a new favorite song, and I know all the words, I know them start to finish. When I sing along, you can hear me all up and down the block I live on. Got nothing left to hide behind. I left a line on the bathroom floor. I look into my eyes and see that I'm a goddess, I'm a goddess, I'm a goddess. I got a new crush and it's you. times like these, I'll dance anywhere, and I don't care who sees me. I feel like lighting a fire, a grand inferno, just so I can hear it crackle. If it burns too low, I'll stomp out the embers with my cranberry heels. And we'll stay out until we're falling down, then you can sleep over at my place. And you can have the nicest pillow, and I'll lend you my pajamas. And in the morning when we get up, you can shower, and I'll make you breakfast. And it'll have a lot of fat in it, because fat is what makes food delicious. Got nothing left to hide behind. I left it lying on the bathroom floor. I look into my eyes and see that I'm a goddess. I'm a goddess. I'm a goddess. Nothing left to hide behind. I left it lying on the bathroom floor. I look into my eyes and see that I'm a goddess. I'm a goddess. I'm a goddess. There we go. New shoes to start us off. All right, so the next one, this song is called The Ant versus the Elephant, and this is sort of a co-write, but it was a co-write with an organization. So a friend of mine is a social worker, and she was working with a group of women who had had their children taken from them by child services, mostly due to them either being sex workers or drug users. And so she was running a group to help them deal with the grief of this. And she had done a survey to sort of collect, just thoughts and feelings that the women had. And so she sent me this like answers to a survey. And so I didn't have the survey questions and I didn't know any of the backstory. She just sent me the answers. And she was like, "Oh, Kyla, like I was thinking about turning these into a poem, but like that's not really what I do. I wondered if you could turn this into a song." And I said, "Well, like I don't have any context. Like I can't really take these words and put them into a song because I don't know. I really don't I don't know what they mean. I have no background for it." So then we spent the next 6 months going back and forth. I met all the women. They'd written a manifesto, and I didn't have anybody's names. Like I had met them on Skype, so I had seen them and talked to them, but it was very like, keeping everybody's privacy was very important. So I didn't have anybody's names, but we went back and forth, and they had written a manifesto to send to the Ontario government to, you got a red coyote. We'll talk about that after. So anyway, they'd written this manifesto called The Ant versus the Elephant, which is how one woman described what it felt like to try and go get some information from child services. And so anyway, after about 6 months of back and forth, we had the song together. So the choruses are the words exactly from the survey. So it's different statements that all the different women had made. And the verses pretty much come out of what they had written in the manifesto and the conversations that I had with them. All right. And without further ado, The Ant versus the Elephant. You paint us all with the same brush, the ant said to the elephant. Hold your judgment, hear my voice. I'm tired of feeling helplessness for once. Listen to me. But the elephant was much too large and didn't listen. Crawl away, you've had your chance. The elephant said to the ant, we're the system, we know best. You've clearly shown that you're unfit. Why should we spend any time or resources on you? People don't change, so please stay in our nice pigeon stronger. The grief welling so large, depression with crying eyes, hid my suppressed rage. Through it all, my love only grew. Understand the circumstance. Is that really so much to ask? Acknowledge struggles that I face. Depression, drugs, poverty, homelessness. The present, the past, and the chances I was never given. But the elephant just flapped its ears and wouldn't listen. So into the arms of old comforts, the ant retreated. But as I got older, the hurt just got stronger. The grief welling so large, depression with crying jets, hid my suppressed rage. But through it all, my love only grew. I want you to know I jump at each opportunity, any chance I can see to bring us together, no matter how long this for separation lasts. My love for you is always there, and nothing can change that. Let me tell my story, please. Tell the story of my grief. You took my child as you once took me, a cycle we're doomed to repeat. Left me alone with no hope, no help, and no future. The elephant just looked away, and the ant had to wonder. How can you help a child when you won't help the mother? I finally had enough of blaming myself. I grew tired of feeling ashamed, and then I grew angry. My anger finally gave way to determination. As I learned to value myself, the most important thing now in my life is to change the system. And we are making the elephant here. There's the ant versus the elephant. And yeah, the last line, we are making the elephant here, I had originally written, we will make the elephant here. And they were like, no, we're already, like, we've already gained ground. We've already made some changes. So we are making the elephant here. Let's make it that. So that is what we did. So that is the ant versus the elephant. All right. Now, boop, boop. Next on the list is Old Gal, which is... The funny thing about this song is I wrote it because a friend of mine had broken up with her boyfriend and moved into my living room for like weeks. So I wrote this, she broke up with her boyfriend and then sat around my living room and complained about it. So anyway, I wrote that song for her. I wrote this next song for her. But the funny thing is, a few years later, I ended up playing in a band with her, and her boyfriend had been living with a roommate. So when she moved out of the house, I guess her boyfriend couldn't afford to pay for the room, so he moved out. And then this other guy was left with all the rent, and I ended up playing in a band with him, and he was like, hey, wait a minute, like I would do this song, and he was like, wait a minute. Like, I remember that. I remember those people. I ended up having to pay a full month's rent. I ended up, instead of having roommates to divvy it up. So I was like, well, you should write a song about it too. Anyway, This is the old gal.
Courses, 3 jobs, and 1 forlorn alcoholic boyfriend who tells all our friends that he doesn't know what he'd do without me. Well, when did his friends and my friends become one and the same term? And how come I know just what I'd do without him? I'd have more time, I'd have more money, I'd buy new shoes and read everything by Dostoevsky. And I know too exactly what he'll do. The old gal pulled LA last night is what I'll tell the guys at the pub tonight. The old gal pulled LA last night in search of greener pastures. And I don't know what she thinks she's gonna find. Maybe she's just going through a phase. I thought everything was alright, so I don't really understand why. But the old girl pulled out late last night. Old friend, cold house, pile of moldy blankets and a dirty couch. 1 kettle well used, ashtray and an extra key. She said I could call the living room my own as long as I need to. There's a spy phone, so I'll know not to answer if he calls. And baby, I'm not selfish, I'm just tired. I haven't found the time to be alone for several months. There's more to me than just being your girlfriend, though I smoked a lot of cigarettes in your name. And I'll bet you I smoked a few in my name too. The old gal pulled LA last night is what I'll call the guys at the pub tonight. The old gal pulled LA last night in search of greener pastures. And I don't know what she thinks she's gonna find. Maybe she's just going through a phase. I thought everything was alright, so I don't really understand why. But the old girl pulled out late last night. From time to time I see his friends, they fill me in, though I don't ask. He does not know how to spend time. I kindly suggest a library card. 4 papers left to go, 5 exams and 1 stupid presentation, leaving 3 bosses, almost 2. Can't be late for work again. 2 pairs of new shoes, great dress made with me in mind. The brothers Karamazov, Crime and Punishment, the idiot. The old gal pulled LA last night is what I'll tell the guys at the pub tonight. The old gal pulled LA last night in search of greener pastures. There we go. Old gal. I got I've written another song. I'm not playing it today, but I did write a song kind of halfway through that song. I was like, gee, what a way to what a way for me to totally capitalize on my good friend's misfortune. And I have written another song about how singer-songwriters are terrible people because that's what they do. All right. Well, this, we'll sing, this is a darker song. Another night, another bar, another wasted brain cell on a useless memory. Why do I come here I ask myself every time, supporting this business that makes money off loitering, but I had to leave the house, and I had to see the sky, and it was too dark and cold out. Besides, everything else was closed. Decided to go where I don't know anyone. Sit down at the bar and order double anything. I came here to drink alone. Sometimes that's all you've got. Sometimes your friends don't know, or else they know all too well. And I don't know which one's worse, but I don't need wisdom now, nor do I need advice or camaraderie. No, I just need to drink alone. Had to go someplace where it ain't necessary to put on an act or to let one act slip away, or wish for the power to say no. I don't want to hear a poem, or I have to go home, 'cause I've been here too long already. Bartender just looks at me. You're a problem I've seen before, but I won't cause trouble. I came here to disappear. Try not to be noticeably drunk, so he'll keep on pouring drinks. Ignore dirty old men and then spend all my money loitering. I came here to drink alone. Sometimes that's all you've got. Sometimes your friends don't know, or else they know all too well. And I don't know which one's worse, but I don't need wisdom now, nor do I need advice or camaraderie. No, I just need to drink alone. 5 o'clock in the morning, I stumble through my front door. Fingers are numb. I drop my keys in the snow. It's harder to see now, but sleeping is easier. And I got nothing solved, but I guess that's just how it goes. There we go, there's Drinking Alone. And I remember being really happy when I wrote, I was so happy with that song when I wrote it. And I wrote it in the middle of the night. Probably my friend who broke up with her boyfriend was sleeping in the living room next to it. And I was super happy, and I super excitedly played it for a whole bunch of my different singer-songwriter friends, and they were all like, Kyla, are you okay? And I'm like, well, I was okay. I was really happy about my new song.
But anyway, there's Drinking Alone. And on the album, it sounds like it was recorded on a record player, because the guy that mixed it was like, this song is too depressing, I can't listen to it anymore, so this is the mix you're getting. Which I was like, I think that kind of fits. So there we go. All right, so the next song, I worked in a series of call centers one summer. Basically, I worked at every call center in town and kind of like went through all of their training periods and then like a couple weeks on the floor and then was like, okay, I can't take this anymore. And then I bounced to the next one, and I did that all summer until I had enough money to move to Montreal. And if I had started with one of the later call centers, I probably would have just stayed there, because I discovered that some call centers are somewhat professional. But unfortunately, I started at the worst call center. But the good thing about it is that I got this song out of it. I want to tune that guitar a little bit. Let's try that again. Systems now. Sitting in my business casual, although there were no skill requirements here. On Friday, pay my $1 for the privilege to wear jeans and sneakers all weekend long. Just another shitty occupation masquerading as a real career. And it makes me want to hurt myself and others. It makes me whine, it makes me sit and cry, it makes me and it makes me hate everything about the world. My friends are worried for my well-being. It's very kind of them to think of me here. Going black and blinking screens displaying failing inquiries I can't decipher. There's a ringing in my ear, a weight that's meant to be there. That's the job description. Is it morning, night, or noon, or Monday, Wednesday, Sunday? I don't know anymore. Myself and others, I know I need to drink myself to sleep. I know it's wrong to do this to my body. I don't care, I hate everything about the world. There's a world outside, a sky overhead, this windowless cavern, dotted with sprinklers in case of a fire. Fires are likely when you treat adults like they're 5. Living break to break, I watch the clock obediently waiting for my set time. Enter password, rank, and SIN, employee number just for 15 minutes of air. There's many doors, but just one works. The others are all decoys there to keep them inside. Deeper cancer cause invented process, microwavable meal
So Nancy, I am still just playing on my regular nylon today. Like the album has a lot of stuff recorded on steel string, but I did do. I'm waiting for a new set of strings to come in the mail, so I did a treatment on the strings, and which may be making them sound a little crisper this week, and maybe I'm playing things slightly differently from some of the songs that I had written on the steel string. A lot of them, though, I did write on the nylon as well. Yeah, I ordered some string. I've been using the same strings on my classicals since I was a kid. Like, I don't know, like when I was 12, I found a set of strings I liked, and I've tried a couple others since and didn't like them. And I'm like, well, I know these work, so I've been using the exact same strings since the 90s. And anyway, I was on the D'Addario, so I get D'Addario strings, D'Addario Pro Arte hard tension classical strings. That's what I've been using for years. And anyway, I was on their website and I noticed they have some newfangled classical string made out of some newfangled material. So I decided to give that a try, but they haven't arrived yet. So next week my guitar might sound even more different. I know they've shipped, but so I'm going to try something different, and we'll see. Maybe Kyla will hate them and be like, no, I need my usual strings back. I should be an official endorser. I really should be. I should look into that. All right. Wedgwood pattern. I don't need to think because I have the set list. I have the CD in front of me. The next song, if you've seen me live ever, you've very likely heard me play this. This is one I do a lot live. But this is Wedgwood Pattern, which is a song I wrote extolling the virtues of a particularly lovely set of dishes. On a dusty road in a small town in Ontario. And I should say that on the CD version, there's 4-part vocal harmonies and fiddle. So it's worth checking that out. On a dusty road in a small town in Ontario, trying to get the kids to school on time. Married 14 years with nothing really the matter. Well, Eloise really had just one complaint. Eloise didn't ask for much in this life, and Eloise got little in return. She was happy enough in the town she always said she'd come back to. She was happy enough in the town that she never left. Wedgwood pattern, Sarah's garden, botanical Latin written on every plate. While driving into town to buy the groceries, she passed by Mary Ann's store every week. And in the window inside on the counters, Sarah's garden dishes were for sale. Well, she had memorized every cup and every saucer. The tattered brochure stored beneath her bed, with her fingerprints tattooed on the display window, showing in this life sometimes which ain't enough. A Wedgwood pattern, Sarah's garden, botanical Latin written on every plate. Next on the list is Little, and this song this was recorded before I released it. This was recorded by Jenny Gear, who's a local. She's actually you should all go listen to Jenny Gear. What a fabulous vocalist. She's a bit more jazz oriented, I guess. Jazz folk kind of singer, but she's a singer from Newfoundland, and she recorded this song. And I know how it goes because I wrote it. Daylight, sun hits, the car heats up so hot I can barely breathe. Just me and the dog, sleeping in the backseat on the side of the road. This dog has seen more of this world than most people I can name. Got her down in Texas, so the heat's only bothering me. I roll down the windows, air out the car sound before driving on. Breakfast, soda, crackers, and water. Check to see if I'm running low on gasoline. Don't ask me where I'm from, that's a question too hard for me to answer. I've been traveling all my life and I don't recall just where I began. Got nothing but a few mixtapes, an old typewriter, a couple books, some worn and faded photographs of the times I now deem to have been better. Old-fashioned suitcase holding lingerie. Got the car, got the dog too, nice bland stairs. Where's that man? Still telling me he loves me while his headlights are receding and his belly's growing. But once I was a little girl, running to my mother's arms. She told me one day I'd find love and be holding children of my own. To think that I believed her then ain't the hard part now. The hardest part is I'm still wishing that she was right. A good 5 years has passed since there was someone happy just to hold me. I was sober, then I had something better to depend on. Some people talk a lot and they fill you up full of wonders, no wishes. I'm sick of people who just talk, so if you say it, please mean it. 'Cause I'm dancing in a grimy bar for the clientele of a juice man. Stealing change just to stay alive and drinking, 'cause I need to. And one by one I've managed to push away every friend I've made. And I will sing a better song when I sit to write my memoirs, with a bottle of something strong to wash down my prescription. 'Cause when I look back on it, all my stories are pretty hateful. Yeah, I got a few happy ones too, but all they do is make me cry. Ah, very good. Thanks. Thanks, Lofter. Day and night. Midnight. Pretty cold in the backseat. Me and the dog. And a gas station parking lot. Yeah, I really kind of move. I usually try and sit this way so that the guitar goes that way so my voice can go that way. But we definitely moved there, so thanks for pointing that out. Try and keep that going for the next few songs. We've got 3 songs left on the album. I am singing through my New Shoes album, start to finish today. And this one is, this is the time of the year when I start singing this next song. I wrote this while I lived in St. John's. One summer I sublet a house on Patrick Street. And St. John's is, well, it burnt down in 1892, so a lot of the houses aren't older than that, but most of them are, there's a lot of like 100-year-old and more houses in St. John's, and they're just old, creepy houses, and it's all on a hill, so they've all settled weird, and the wind's always blowing, so things are just kind of old and creepy. And I was staying in this house that was very nicely done up. It was very well cared for, but there was just something creepy about it. The whole summer I was like, I am spooked. There's no footsteps on the stairs late at night when there's no one at home, and there's no babies crying, and I know for sure there's no babies around. I hear the door to my room creaking, but I know for sure that a window is open. The house itself won't stop moaning, but it's just old, it's settling. Something inside isn't settled, something inside isn't moving on. I stay downstairs, I hide in my kitchen with all the lights on and the radio loud, 'cause I know the paintings are watching me. I feel their eyes when I move around. Old photos on the mantle, old relatives in black and white. Some not really watching me, but something is. Whispering in the walls, I don't have dreams that reoccur, and I sure as hell haven't seen a thing. No ladies in white, no rattling chains. If I need to go upstairs, I run as fast as I can with my eyes closed. 'Cause my own reflection frightens me. Oh, I see a hand laid upon my shoulder, and I never seen a light turn itself on. No lingering chill, no deathly cold, no overwhelming sensation of sorrow, no mysterious trails of blood. There's no bones buried under this floor, no cutlery drawers, no candelabras fly around the room all of their own accord. But I know there's something with me, I know I'm not here by myself, but I'm home alone. That's great, Nancy. I know you were telling me that something like that was on the horizon. And everyone here, you should go over to Nancy's YouTube page here and listen to her Ukraine song and her other songs. But I think that's just awesome. Nancy wrote this song for the Ukraine at the start of the war, and it's really beautiful. And we've sort of been watching it do wonderful things around the world ever since. So congratulations there, Nancy. And yeah, do send me those details. All right, so we're down to two more songs on the. So I was just singing that, and there's the line about there being no bones buried on the floor, and I'm like, say there might have been bones buried under that floor. Who knows what's buried under the houses in St. John's? And yes, Newfoundland, St. John's, Newfoundland, where I lived for many years. I wrote most of these songs in Newfoundland, but not this next one. Oh, my pleasure, Nancy. My pleasure. I'm really excited to see. It's kind of one of those funny things because, I got to, I probably heard one of your earliest performances of it, and to see it travel around the world as it has been really fun. All right. So this next song, this is one of the songs that I wrote when I lived in Montreal. And I always introduce this as a love song that I wrote about myself from the point of view of my long-suffering husband. And we were living in Montreal, and through our series of one-bedroom apartments, and we had no furniture. We had very little furniture. And I was actually not big on having a lot of furniture. I kind of liked having empty space. Unfortunately, we have hobbies and interests and things, like with CDs and books and shoes and blah, blah, blah. And we had no shelves. Not a shelf to be found. And one-bedroom apartments in Montreal also tend to have very small or no closets. So that wasn't helpful. And so all of our things were kind of in stacks, like books and papers, just sort of in stacks along the wall. Oh, Montreal should be on your bucket. Montreal is a fabulous city. I loved living in Montreal, and I was there for 13 years. And even like in year 13, I would walk around downtown and be like, "This city is amazing." You're out of here, are you? Fair enough, laughter. Let's see now. So my long-suffering husband, was totally fine with all of our things being stacked into piles around the walls of our house, and I was not. And I grew a little bit obsessive about it, and eventually I wrote this song, and then everything was okay. It's your old leaving joke. Yeah, I did interpret it as a joke, although I suppose it would have been funny if you weren't joking at all. There's not much space here in our domicile. Our limited storage has taken your mind. Once you were vibrant and full of ideas, I was so taken by your artistry. Then anytime inspiration would strike, you'd let the mundanities of life slide. Now you feel inundated by our lot. I try to engage you, but all you can say is adequate shelves. I've seen you suffer fixations before, plunging your energies into one goal. But this time it's different, it worries me, love. It seems you've lost sight of all you hold dear for adequate shelves. Adequate shelves. A place for everything and everything
suppose home decor is a creative pursuit. But honey, you're taking the notion a little too far, don't you think? You enter the pupae a butterfly and come out a worm. This metamorphosis disturbs me. I used to come home to your joyous embrace. The beautiful music we made was divine. You whispered the naughtiest words in my ear. But when I lean closer now, you just murmur, adequate shelves. Adequate shelves. What can I do to bring you back? I've tried reasoning. I haven't tried everything. A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. So much for lingerie, chocolate and jewels, since your notion of Swedish porn's been revised. I'll bite the bullet, attempt to provide adequate shelves. Adequate shelves. Adequate shelves. There we have adequate shelves. Music is getting. Do you have adequate shelves in your home, Lofter? I now have adequate shelves. We now have adequate storage space, and we're so not used to having adequate storage space that we don't understand how to fully use our adequate storage space. So that's a song for another day, I suppose. So we've come to the last song. Just to let everybody know, I'm Kyla Tilley. I'm a singer-songwriter. I live in Newfoundland and Labrador, and I put this album out in 2019, New Shoes, and I come here every Wednesday at this hour and sing 10 songs on YouTube, usually on a theme, and I decided, because this album has 10 songs, that that's what I would sing today. And Good Enough Shelves. Yeah. Good Enough Shelves are I would have been happy with Good Enough Shelves, actually. At that time. All right. So I've got one more song for you today, and this is how I ended the album. And I always like to end live shows this way, and I like to end albums and EPs this way. I like to end on kind of a positive note. And I just realized that I ended my EP Vagaries with a song about people getting eaten by a monster. You're too lazy to set them up. So you just have Good Enough Shelves lying unused in a corner of your house. Just a pile of shelves waiting to be assembled. Very good. I could see that happening around here too, actually. So anyway, I like to end things on a positive note, is what I'm trying to say. So we've got one more song for you today. Why not take off all of your clothes and throw them on the floor? You'll feel so much better. You'll feel so divine. And you can dance a little jig, then you can stretch your arms. You can breathe a little deeper. You won't be confined. Just go natural.
nobody can see you, not unless you want them to. You can smile at your neighbors if you forget to close your blinds. And don't be ashamed of what you look like, I'm sure you look just fine. We spend far too much time absorbed with our flaws. Just go natural. Go natural. Natural. Go natural. Why not take off all of your clothes? And there we go, and there we go. Oh. Yeah, there is a lot. There is a lot of thrown away stuff. And if you can find a way to reuse those things and build new things out of old things, that is what we all need to do. That might be the topic of a future Kyla Tilley album, to be honest. Oh, thank you, Nancy. I'm so glad you enjoyed the show today. And yeah, I thank all of you, everyone who's been here and listening and chatting away. We love to chat away while we perform here on the Kyla Tilley Show. I've been Kyla Tilley. I'm a singer-songwriter. Today I sang all the songs off my New Shoes album, which exists out there in the cyberverse. And I will be back next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Newfoundland time, which is UTC -2.5 right now for a little bit longer. And the theme next week is art. So I'll be singing 10 songs that have something to do with art. I will probably do a mix of covers and originals. And we'll see you next time. So have a great... Yeah, it is ending. But I'm here every Wednesday at this time. So hopefully we'll see you again. And if you want to hear more, I never take these down. So there's weeks and weeks of... Well, there's a year. There's almost a year of weekly Wednesday warbles here on my channel. So there you go. Although it's not the same. It's not the same when it's not live. I like the lives. I like being here in person. I like you guys being here in person. Anyway, take care, everyone. We'll see you next time. Coffee's Cup. Cool. I will check out Coffee's Cup. And congratulations again, Nancy, on the Ukraine song. See you, everybody.